right, so let's go ahead and get into Champagne Moments. So, Champagne Moments came out the day, the day that Push Ups released. A couple hours later, I think I was either on the phone with my brother or we were texting. And I was like, yo, Rick Ross already responded. And he was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, what the hell? What is going on? That's why I titled this The Rap War 2024 Timeline. Because it's truly felt like the Avengers, like, all beating the hell out of each other. It was insane. But this drops the same day. The music video doesn't drop the same day. The music video dropped like a week or two later or whatever, a couple days later. But it was just insane that he clapped back immediately. Sorry if you couldn't hear me before. I didn't have the mic.
Fish tanks and marble floors, living big and bad. Niggas laugh until they hit with my official jab.
I was like, all right, like he's rapping like Rick Ross does. So let's let's go ahead and see what else he's got to say.
Crack smoke is the exhaust from my pen and pad. Ghost writers, they get the floss, what you could have had.
I was like, bro, he hitting the Ghost Rider bars on bar 3 while I'm still trying to digest what the hell just happened with Drake's 2 tracks that just dropped. It this was a crazy day. Crazy day.
Record label taking a loss, saw you in your bag. You a worker on the chart. Don't make me laugh. Get the mind, tell by my watch, this a different time. Living fine, I'm getting high as your shit decline. Who believes he moving keys and
So the video obviously hadn't dropped yet, but this is an insane quality video. You got dissed in 8K. What is this? It's got to be 8K.
You a worker on the chart.
Oh, 4K.
Don't make me laugh. Get the mind, tell by my watch, this a different time. Living fine, I'm getting high as your shit decline. Who believes he moving keys in his Louis V's?
Who believes he's moving keys in his Louis V's? I thought that was hilarious with the fact that you were an officer, Rick Ross. I still thought it was funny, but you know, it's funny coming from you too.
Run up on you and snatch your chain, watch you bitches bleed. Feel the pain or just describe where you really ride. Either you niggas getting money or ready to die. B.I.G. or give a fuck if you T.I.L.E. You got it and you keep it tucked if you be by me. Do the job, better known as the Charles Schwab. Double R spread through the yard and I swear to God.
Putting out the diamond-studded alcohol bottles of Bel Air and the cognac and the champagne, like that's some Rick Ross shit. Flexing the Richard Mille with diamonds all on the entire bracelet, everything like that. I don't even want to know how much that costs because it's not worth that much. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that right now. But I mean, he's flossing. He's flexing like Rick Ross does. This was just a crazy time. The fact that he had put out a 3.5 minute diss just straight up dedicated to Drake the same day that we hear Push Ups. Like, you know, he already had to have some of that stuff ready, and he probably went in, made some changes to it, made it to respond to some of the stuff that we were hearing in Push Ups. But let's go ahead and get into it.
Perk for the field, go and count me a meal. Kill you niggas for free, do it all for the thrill. Niggas leaking they records when we speaking directly. If we keeping it gangster, when you see me, you check me.
He's like shaking while he's saying that, man. He said they be leaking their records when we speaking directly. And I was like, yes, that is what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. The leak of Push-Ups is really what made me not like it at first. It grew on me because I listened to him over and over again. I listened to a lot of the stuff over and over again to dissect it, to digest it, to make sure that I wasn't missing anything. And push-ups was hard. It went crazy in the gym. Going from Like That to push-ups to Euphoria to Meet the Grams to Not Like Us was my gym playlist for months. Nasty work doing Meet the Grams in the gym, but yes, it happened every single day. But yeah, I was listening to a lot of these records, and I was super impressed by everything that went down. Like I said, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me while following hip hop. It's just so many layers to it and so many rabbit holes to go down, good and bad. But yeah, Rick Ross responded the same day and then putting a music video out a couple days later. Insane. He just blow a kiss, bro. What was that?
White boy, I see you.
And then here we go with the white boy. The The picture you see in the thumbnail is the official album art that was on streaming services. But th- he hit Drake with the white boys so much in this song.
Yeah, check. Getting bullied, don't walk up on me cause the clip is fully. Niggas pussy don't wanna push me, I'm like, really, Woody?
That's why I like Rick Ross, man. The slick talk, those flows, the way that he rides on beats like this. This beat is nasty. The violins, the strings on it are really well orchestrated with. I'm not gonna try to sound like a producer or nothing like that. I'm just saying I like strings. I'm a sucker for strings. I like violins, guitars, harps, all that shit. I like strings in my music. I like horns. So that type of stuff over boom bap type ish beats that'll get me every time.
Like his moves, but he never had a fight in school. Always ran, another nigga had to write your grooves. Flow was copy and paste, Weezy gave you the juice. Another white boy at the park wanna hang with the crew.
So he's kind of framing Drake as the guy looking over the fence, saying, "I want to play too." That's kind of what he's using different words and a lot more disrespectful, a lot more disrespectful bravado when he's talking about it. But he's basically calling Drake an outsider, which is going to be a theme. So he's saying, "I let you on my records." Did he say that yet? But he was basically saying like, "We let you in. Like it's not you. You didn't like do anything for us. Like we allowed you to be in our space." So I'm not saying I agree with none of that, or yeah, I can see both perspectives, but that's his perspective is, hey, we let you over here. We let you come sit with us. Like we let you come hang with the crew. You were just another white boy at the park.
Switching up like dyed denim, get incentives for all the killings while we ride rentals.
Pulitzer Prize winner switching up like what? Get what do you say? Get incentives for all the killings while we ride rentals.
Switching up like dyed denim.
Like dyed denim? I'm not sure what he's saying right there, but he's saying, obviously talking to Kenny, obviously has a problem with something that's going on with Kendrick Lamar and taking credit for everything while Kendrick hasn't even put out a full diss record yet at this point. But I guess the internet has already kind of been making the whole moment about Kendrick and Drake, but it's because we have been wanting it for 15 years. So Rick Ross trying to make it a Drake and Rick Ross thing that was never going to happen. I didn't think after push ups that Drake needed to respond to Rick Ross or Metro or Weekend or none of that, which, again, we'll get into later. But I just thought that Drake should have focused on Kendrick. That was the battle that everybody wanted. That was the clash of the Titans. Sorry, Rick Ross, you were a side character on this story, but we're still going to listen to your track.
For all the killings while we ride rentals. Look me right in my face. He beginning to shake. Told you niggas stay scheming. I predicted my fate. Got more money than you. Fuck you want me to say.
I've always kind of thought that about these guys, like, because even when people in my real life would be like, "Oh, well, Drake's got more money than so and so," I'd be like, "Well, so and so's worth like, however many millions of dollars. Also, might not be worth half a bill, but worth a lot, worth a lot more than any of us talking about it." So it's just interesting how that's more of a us conversation. Or no, that I guess that's more of a them conversation, but he's like, "Bro, like look at me. Like, do I look like I'm struggling right now? Like, I got so many chickens. Quack, 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 quack." You don't know what I'm talking about. It's Rick Ross talking about his farm. He said his chickens quack. But, I mean, he's like, "Yo, you got more money than me. Like, what you want me to say? What do you want me to say to that? Like, all right. Like, I still got plenty. I'm chilling, bro." But it's this next part that is aging a little spooky.
50 mils for the crib. Where you want me to stay?
Where you want me to stay? And he takes off his glasses to look directly in the camera and say, "Where you want me to stay?" While we put Hidden Hills. He's been wearing this jacket for a minute 50 through this whole video. And now we see Hidden Hills right after he says, "Where you want me to stay?" Rabbit hole, go deep. So if you want to go deep, go ahead. There are other channels that are going to talk about the conspiracies. I can react to some of the conspiracy theories. I'm not going to perpetuate any of them on this channel, but I'm just saying it goes deep. It goes deep.
Shoot up the block. I got bitches to pay. Let you DM my hoes, but got bitches you can't.
And now that line is looking a little weird. I don't know what that means. See you DM my hoes, but I got bitches you can't. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
Let you get on my songs. It was good for your face. Now bitch nigga is home. And no room for debate.
Let you get on my songs. It was good for your face. That's Rick Ross's perspective. Drake's perspective is your first number one, I had to put it in your hand. Your second number one, I was probably there. And your third number one, I was probably there. There was some stat that said, I really don't want to misquote it, but it was dozens, if not over 100 artists that had their biggest hit from a Drake feature or on a Drake song. That's a lot. That's a lot of people that you're putting number ones or at least their biggest hit right in their hands. So, I mean, I think there's something to be said about that. But also from another perspective is, hey, you might have got us on the radio, but we got you in the hood. Like, we got you over here. At least that's what Rick Ross is saying. Like, we were good for your face. As much as you were good for our numbers and the radio and all that, we were good for you. We made you cool to play in the hood. And honestly, the Aston Martin music is the one I think of immediately when I think of Rick Ross and Drake. They got tons of great records together. Lord Knows is another one, but Aston Martin music specifically because that turned into Paris Morton music by Drake, and that's one of my favorite Drake rapping songs. I talk slicker than Pimp from Augusta who just had his linen suit dry clean. Bitches, what's up with ya? No, I like that song a lot. But yeah, so there's a lot of different perspectives you can see that on. But his perspective is we let you on our side.
Pop a perk for the field. Go and count me a meal. Can you niggas for free? Do it all for the thrill. Niggas leaking their records when we speaking directly. If we keeping it gangster, when you see me, you check me.
Again, he's like shaking when he says that, bro. But I like that that's kind of like the hook or the pre-chorus, the bridge, whatever it is. But they be leaking their records when we speaking directly. If we keeping it gangster, when you see me, you check me. I like that. That's hard. That's hard. So Drake can go around talking about number ones and all that. He's got a lot of clips like that. And granted, these guys got a lot of interviews where they're saying, hey, yo, shout out to Drake. If it wasn't for Drake, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. If it wasn't for Drake, then this record would have never popped off like it did. So it goes hand in hand. Like, they got a lot of clips of them saying stuff like that. But Drake also got a lot of clips of him saying, the opposite about them. So it used to be all love, and obviously now, relationships, came crumbling down, and we're going to act like we didn't do things for each other. Let's just say that. And
you ain't never want to be a nigga anyway, nigga. That's why you had operation to make your nose smaller than your father nose, nigga. I don't follow you, nigga, because you sent the motherfucking cease and desist to French Montana, nigga.
Drake sent a cease and desist to French Montana, and in that song, Drake says, real ones know about the secrets in the hidden hills. We missed that. We missed that because we were too focused on the nose job and the white boy and all that stuff. All that Hidden Hills. You guys can go do your research on that. Hidden Hills and what Drake said on that French Montana record that never came out, or at least never came out with Drake's verse on it. But it leaked, and of course it leaked, and his lyrics are up, and he says real ones know about the secrets in the Hidden Hills. So yeah, take that and do what you will with that information.
You sent the police, nigga, hating on my dog project.
You sent the police.
Way that I seen, nigga, when we were making them early records, nigga. When you were happy to be around, nigga, seeing niggas holding them sticks. Yeah, you old motherfucker.
Said you were just happy to be around them holding them sticks. I mean, I could see that being true, but I could also see this being cap. So we'll never know. We don't know how that was like when Drake first came around. Like, did y'all really see Drake the first time you met him and be like, yo, this dude's corny as hell, but then continue to just do records with him for years and years? Like, I don't know. I don't know if I believe that necessarily, but, it could have been one of those, it's just for the relationship type things, but, they're going to spin their narrative however they want.
Stun in your life, nigga. Give Weezy some more money, nigga. Give Rap a lot some more money, nigga. White boy, yeah. Big Rose, nigga. We can do it how you want to do it, where you want to do it, anytime you want to do it. I'm ready. white boy. Huh? I know you got your Dockers on with no underwear, white boy. Yeah, you had that surgery, that six pack on. That's why you wearing that fake shit that you say you can't hide.
Dude, the way that this spawned so many pictures of Drake in crazy ass outfits live on stage throughout the For All the Dogs tour, or it's a blur by the time that I went to it, but it was the For All the Dogs tour or whatever, and he came out in the dinosaur suits and shit. Like that sparked so many debates about Drake's abs and where they came from. Look at where this started, bro. Look at where this started and look where it ended, bro. We were talking about Drake's abs and his nose job, comparing old pictures of Drake to new pictures of Drake to see if he got a nose job. Shirtless pictures of Drake were coming around the internet, seeing if he had scars from his tummy tuck. Like this shit was hilarious, dude.
White boy.
Ugh. Showing off his veneers or something. Shula the Dawn. Shout out to Shula the Dawn directing a dope ass music video. That yeah, like I said, he got dissed in 4K. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. What do you think of Champagne Moments, and should we keep going into all these other videos that I got on the Rap War 2024 timeline? I guess the next thing that happened in the timeline was Yay like that remix, and if I'm missing stuff, let me know. Shoot me a DM on Instagram at MarcusEDC, or just leave a comment saying that I missed something between here and there. But I think I did a pretty good job, man. I got the AI, Tupac and Snoop Dogg, Euphoria, 616, Buried Alive interlude, Family Matters, Meet the Grams, Not Like Us, BBL Drizzy's even in there, the Weirdo, YG track, Freeway's Revenge, the Games track, Wagwan Delilah, the Pop Out, Not Like Us video. So I think I did a pretty good job of getting everything in here. So maybe we'll go through on the anniversaries of all this stuff and just kind of revisit them, see how well stuff is aged. Like I haven't listened to Ye's Like That remix in so long. Probably the last time I went through this whole playlist. But yeah, leave a comment down below.